Arsenal will win the match against PSG. That is the Europa Champions League final. Arsenal will win that match. And that match will end with a 2-1. That is Arsenal 2 and PSG 1. And this is why I feel Arsenal will win that match. Better defensive organization in Team Arsenal. We've seen that all through the Premier League. We have an elite midfield balance in Arsenal. We've seen that. Stronger set pieces. We've seen that. They've scored a lot of goals through, using the set pieces or through the set pieces. We've seen a great emotional hanger, and especially that they have won the Premier League after the 22 years of dry spell. We got what we call tactical maturity in that team, Arsenal now, and we have a Premier League winning confidence, as I said earlier. Then we have the ability to control transitions in that match. And yeah, PSG have more explosive, may have the more explosive attack, but Arsenal currently look more complete, more balanced in their matches, mentally stronger, and they are harder to break. Yes, they're so much hard to break when it comes to the match. And as I said, match prediction would be simply 2 Arsenal 2 PSG 1. And who are the guys who might be scoring, who will be scoring the goals? We can't leave Saka out of this. Saka and Rice scoring the 2 goals for Arsenal, probably scoring the 2 goals for Arsenal. Then Dembele will be scoring the goal that PSG will need so much. There is in that match. And I have no doubt that Declan Rice will be the man of the match in that game. I have no doubt. I have no doubt that Declan Rice will be, man of the match in that game. And why do I feel like Arsenal are that much stronger to win that match? Let me get through my notes to why I feel that Arsenal will be better placed to win that match. It's not because I'm an Arsenal fan, it's because that is the reality. Of course, yes, I'm an Arsenal fan and I want Arsenal to win. But it comes to a moment when we say it's not going to happen. It comes to a place when we say it's going to happen. So looking at Arsenal's defense structure, we understand that that structure is built for finals. Yes, they messed up with the final. That is final against Man City during the Carabao Cup. They messed up and they had some loose markings. We had 2 goals scored by Aurel. And yes, Arsenal ended up losing. But I think after that, they learned the lesson and they came up with a better way of handling themselves when it comes to defensive. There is guys like Saliba, Gabriel, and the rest within that defensive position. Luis Enrique himself recently called Arsenal the best team in the world out of possession. That is, they know how to possess. They play a good game. And we cannot even compare Barcelona to Arsenal currently because Arsenal is above Barcelona when it comes to ball possession and all that. Okay, I know the Arsenal enemies would be like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" Okay, I'm talking about the reality. The statement matters because finals are usually decided by what we call defensive organization that Arsenal is very, very good at now. Transitions when it comes to balls from the defense, midfield, and then to the striking force. The wingers playing a bigger part in the defense. The midfield playing a key role in spreading the game around the field and a good transition in terms of sharing the ball and passing control of the passes and how the passes are made. So small tactical details and then mistakes under pressure. That is what we're looking at. So Arsenal have become one of the hardest team in Europe to break down when it comes to that. Why this matters against PSG is that PSG's biggest weapons are Osman Dembele, and then you have Vicha Gravasticiala, whatever Helia. Then we have the Serie Dow. Then we have fast transitions that can easily be broken down with the Arsenal defense and Osman Dembele, and the Dow and Varschella. I think with a good defensive from there is Gabriel. We have a very good midfield there, commanded by Rice and Odegaard. Will make a very good thing to work on there. The key advantages for Team Arsenal, but Arsenal defense decisions better than almost any team in Europe, and that is the key advantage for that is these players. We have the partnership of Darius William Saliba, and then have Gabriel Magahels, whatever. Declan Rice screening midfield tactics gives Arsenal elite physical physicality and recovery speed in that match. PSG can destroy teams that leave spaces open. Arsenal rarely do that. And then we have the Guardian analysis highlighting how Arsenal combat there is defensive shape. There is one versus one defending could frustrate. That is PSG's attack. That is the player Osman Dembele, who many people think will cause a lot of havoc to the Arsenal's defense. But we're waiting to see that, and I believe that won't be something very tough for between there is Gabriel and Saliba. We have Declan Rice, who is supposed or expected to control the entire midfield battle. So that midfield battle may decide the final, and that is what we're looking into. PSG want high tempo, aggressive pressing, fast vertical attacks. And Arsenal, but Arsenal now have a midfield built for big European nights, and that is Declan Rice. We have Lewis Kelly, who is also doing better in that area. We have Odegaard, who is also doing better in that. And the guy we talk about, Declan Rice, who is really going to do something good in that midfield. Why is Rice crucial in this match? Rice can break, that is PSG's press, win second balls, stop counters, carry the ball forward, dominate aerial duels. And if Rice controls the midfield, then PSG will lose the rhythm, and that will make Arsenal win that match. So Rice will need what we call this man that we call Martin Odegaard. Will need Zubi Menti in that, and will need Miles Lewis Kelly. These four will make it strong for Team Arsenal and hard for PSG to get past them, even to get to the defense. Then Arsenal may actually have the most balanced midfield trio, as we'll be seeing in that match. That's on 30th. And another thing we need to also look into is Arsenal have evolved since losing to PSG. Many people forgot Arsenal already learned a painful lesson against PSG in 2025. Semi-finals, PSG beat Arsenal 3-1 on aggregate. But Arsenal are now more mature, more clinical, tactically smarter, physically stronger to control the tempo and the tempo of the match against PSG. Since that defeat, we're going to talk about Arsenal won the Premier League. That is, they have become a champion, 2025-2026 Premier League champions, improved squad depth, became more ruthless in transition, and developed a better game management. This is current Arsenal side looks mentally stronger than the PSG they faced before. Bukayo Saka is built for big moments, and we always talk about that. So Bukayo Saka could be the difference maker in this match. Why we say PSG aggressive fullbacks leave space behind them, and PSG doesn't have anyone who loves football and who knows football would agree with me on this, that PSG doesn't have a strong defense, and that is where Saka will use. That is what Saka will use that advantage on the same, making sure that he's getting things done right for Arsenal. PSG will always leave a space behind them when Hakimi pushes forward and when PSG commits numbers high up. Arsenal can attack the spaces quickly through Saka, Martinelli, and fast counter attacks. Saka has evolved into one of the best decision makers in Europe. Calmer in final third, more clinical, stronger physically in finals moment. In final moments matter more than possession. So one Saka transition could decide the game. Then number 5, we're looking into Arsenal set piece could punish that as PSG. One of PSG's few weaknesses is defensive uncertainty from crosses and set piece. And then these are dangerous against Arsenal because Arsenal are arguably Europe's best set piece team. Saliba, Gabriel, Rice are aerial monsters, and Odegaard delivery is elite. Very beautiful. A tight final can easily be decided by a corner, a free kick, or a second ball that slightly favors Arsenal. Mikel Arteta's tactical flexibility, it's another thing that we need to look into. There is the tactical battle between Mikel Arteta and Luis Enrique. Will be elite level football chess, but Arteta now has more tactical flexibility than before, and the Arsenal can press high, sit deep, dominate possession, and counter attacks. Good at that. Switch formations mid-game. That makes it not easy for the next coach or the other coach, their opponent, to understand what they are doing. So that adaptability matters huge in finals, and PSG are devastating when games become chaotic. Arsenal are better at controlling chaos. And that is what we'll be talking about today. So the predicted match for first 11 for Team Arsenal, I'll have Raya in the Raya, that is in the goalpost. You have White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Havertz, struck Gyökeres. And then we have PSG. We have Donnarumma, who is the best. Savonov. We have Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, Menes, Vitinho, Fabius Ruiz, Neves, Dembele, and Varela will be in that match. Biggest tactical battle will be Arsenal right side versus Varela, that is PSG's left side, is still terrifying. That guy have Varela dribbling Mendes overlaps and Dembele drifting centrally. If Arsenal survives that side defensively, PSG may struggle to create clear chances, and that is what Arteta will do. That is the exact thing that Arteta will do, to make sure that he's suppressing that side and that side of the field, to make sure that these guys don't have a chance to create any threat against Arsenal. And that is why Timber's fitness could be massive. Timber is back. So massive. And that game will be decided in a very, very greater way. And then I would say that why Arsenal will win this match. I believe the main reasons would be that ability to control transitions. Arsenal have a very good ability to control transitions. A Premier League winning confidence. I talk about greater emotional hunger, tactical maturity, elite midfield balance, and I talk about better defensive organization and stronger set piece. PSG may have a more explosive attack in this match, but Arsenal currently look more complete in their formation, more balanced, mentally stronger, harder to break. And I'll say that the finals are often won by the more balanced team. Predictions are said. I believe that Arsenal will be 2 for Arsenal, 1 for PSG. Possible scorers: Saka, Rice, Dembele. Saka and Rice scoring for Arsenal, Dembele scoring for PSG. Man of the match in this match, I believe, will be Declan Rice, with the way he'll be controlling the midfield and the tempo of the game. That is my analysis and prediction of the match between Arsenal versus PSG. You can bring in your predictions in the comment section and tell us what you think will happen. For the Arsenal enemies, you are allowed to bring in your feelings and everything that you have to tell us what you think about this match. It's been your host, Alan. All right, Alan, presenting for Alan Hoy TV Sports. Love you all. Please don't leave without subscribing. I love you. Till next time we meet. Bye.